Look, yesterday I was having a bit of a conversation with y'all and talking to y'all a little bit about like some of the things that y'all see my butt. Don't look at my butt. Don't look at my butt. Okay, so look, um, just some of the things that have been occurring and some things that I discovered recently. Now, actually, I was watching something like yesterday, and I'm gonna actually play the sound for you guys. I actually have a full video. I like screen share the whole thing, but I want to share this with you guys because we have to talk about this. Now, we did talk about this last night. We talked about how certain low vibrations have been on attack and coming back with a vengeance because we had a period of time where we were all raising our vibrations. You know, men were like frolicking and shit like that, and you know, like it was like the Black Boy Joy campaign was going on for a second, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was like the slam down, and then mean girl, mean boy energy came back, and then came back with a vengeance, right? And I was like, what the fuck happened? Well, during that time, I was kind of taking a break because I was just like, I need to recoup, you know what I mean? Because I'm giving so much when I come to these channels and I give you guys readings, tarot, stuff like that. Like, you guys don't understand that I'm tapping into your energy. I'm tapping into the energy of other people. So it takes a lot. Additionally, I do a lot of dream work. And so yeah, that takes it out of me sometimes. And then also the moon cycles, and then personal life, and everything that's going on in my day-to-day life, you know. Sometimes I need to take a rest, you know, just like when you go on vacation type vibes. So when I did that, and I took like a 2-month break, it was like the mean girl, mean boy energy just came back with a vengeance. It was like Gotham City. It was like everything just went up, like fire. Everything was on smoke and fire. Everything was on fire. So I'm like, fuck all these fires. Where these fires come from? So I come back to straight calamity. Okay, I come back off my vacation to straight drama. Okay, but anyway, last night I was talking about this concept that it is low vibrational energy. This is the reason. It's not about black and white. It's not about black people versus white people or any of that stuff. It's about vibration. And of course, the more melanin you have, the higher your vibrations can go. Okay, that doesn't mean that your vibrations are high, because you might be a low vibe bitch, okay? But your vibrations could go very high, okay? Now, this concept expanded. This is something that actually has been coming to me for a long time, but for some reason, I could not transmute or translate that vibrational energy that was coming to me. It was like, so sometimes information comes to me, it comes to me in a vibration, it comes to me in a vibe, and I just pick up on it, and I just know how to like interpret it. This one, I could not get the right words to interpret, and then I watched this video, and I was like, that's what it's been, like, that's it right there. So let me play this video for you guys real quick, so you can hear.
Anytime you're in any place where you have a speaker, a singer, a performer, a movie, that's why you have these cineplexes going on now, not only to save money, but to get you corralled under one dome.
Under one dome.
And once you do that, you have a brain that has 2 lobes, 5 divisions. You have your left brain and your right brain. One is called logical, the other is called rational. Actually irrational, because the right brain is like a 5-story building, a block square, and the left brain is like a Quonset hut. You got the left brain controlling a 5-story building with everything you can think of in it, and this is where we get most of our attention to, the so-called logical brain. So once the logical brain, which supposedly differentiates and teaches you right from wrong, makes you use logic and governorship by logic, once the left brain is occupied, logically looking at, singing, dancing, whatever it is, and getting your attention, the right brain can be easily accessed. When the right brain can be easily accessed, interesting things happen. The right brain believes anything that it hears in your tenor of voice, your modulation of voice, your volume of voice, everything about your vibration, anytime it hears it, it believes it. Under hypnosis, you deaden the left brain, the logical reasoning, conspiracy brain, and you open up the right brain. Drugs can do it, but a simple thing like using the spoken word can now do it too. Because in many of these places, They are wired for sound that you do not hear. They are wired to work on a frequency that the left brain doesn't pick up, but the right brain does. I have a workshop. That's the way I got through school so fast people couldn't understand. In fact, they accused me of cheating. I didn't have to cheat because the Creator had already cheated for me. I found out an easy way to access the right brain which forgets nothing, and how to tag it, call it up when I need it. It's still doing it, but now it's doing it without your control. The key is to be able to control the genie, the jinn, the wonderful spiritual inside you that begs for freedom and gets locked up. Your right brain can do just about anything you imagine because it is your key to spirit, mind, and soul. Through the pineal gland and the king's chamber and the lower queen's chamber, which is nothing but the hypothalamus of the two biggest organs and glands in your body that separates you from the beast and everything else, and they deaden it. So once you're occupied with the left brain, they can now send down a high frequency signal to your right brain. You won't even then been implanted, and you'll carry out every instruction that it gives you because your governor is off.
And that's
your modulator is gone. And
that's why I talk so much about how important it is to protect your mind, because basically what he's talking about is the subconscious mind. It can be accessed. It can be, first off, the conscious mind can be bypassed. Once the conscious mind is bypassed, the subconscious mind picks up, it takes in whatever is given, it takes up. And what he just said, which he added to that, was if it's in your voice, then it picks up on it. So it's kind of interesting. So like if you think a thought, your subconscious mind is going to take that as truth, right? So let's keep going with what he's talking about.
And they tell you to forget that it was gone if you remember to forget. Huh? I love playing with you because they already are. I do it with love. They do it with malice, aforethought, and hate, and envy. Worse than that, they envy you.
Yeah.
You don't even know why you're envied.
Right.
But you are. Anything that speeds up 6 times over and becomes a blur is what your right brain hears. Anything below that is what your left brain, logical brain hears, and your right brain just goes to sleep and say, well, it's another foolish day. Another day I can sleep because the people ain't ready. They're not operating on a vibration fast enough. Well, in spite and despite of you, the planet is now going to operate on a frequency that's fast enough.
In spite of
you. And if you don't catch up, you're going to die.
Did you hear what he said?
You're going to die anyway. But you'll die faster if you can't keep in synchronous, in harmony, in vibrational, rational with the planet. Your planet is speeding up its vibrational rate. It's creating a magnetic field. Magnetism is for the spiritual people. It's for people with souls. It's what our planet used to have before the moon was put here, before all the dragons came here and tried to make it part of their galaxy and tried to create humanoids, succeeded in one, failed in the other, but they're still trying. I just told you a lot right there. I don't know how many of you heard me, but I tried. At this time, there's a battle between the draconic forces called snake people, alligator people, reptile people, whatever you want to call them, that are egg-born, have no souls, and the soul womb-borns who are just beginning to find out how you fought the battle and licked them before, but now they're licking you and you know what they're licking you in. Because it's a time when you're going backwards instead of forwards. And as you try to awaken, they put more stress on you. Reverse mortgages, subprime loans, bills sitting twice a month to you, taxes, overtaxing, depleted uranium, shots, vaccines. Here comes the next flu. Here comes the next epidemic. Here's something gonna fall on your head from space. Anything to keep you so stressed out that you cannot take time to meditate and to think. Anything to make you think that material things are the only thing you have in life when you were born here to learn that the spiritual value is what you really must come back to. Anytime you're in any place where you have a speaker.
So I don't know if you picked up on what he just put down, right? Like, but basically what he just said was that this draconian / reptilian society, okay, have this envy and jealousy of you. One, because, you know, their intention was to come here and to colonize this planet, even though it wasn't their shit, right? So they came here and they're trying to colonize this planet. Does this sound familiar? Because if it don't sound familiar, I'm gonna need you to get off this video and I'm gonna need you to just go pick up a history book, okay? A history book that's older than the last 10 years, okay? An old history book. As a matter of fact, if you go to any thrift store, you should be able to find something in there, okay? I'm gonna need you to go do that, okay? Go do some research and then come back to us when you're ready, because you're not ready, okay? Yeah, so first off, basically, he just broke down everything in such a very simple way, the simplest way, right? But then on top of that, what he also said was that the earth, the universe, is speeding up its frequency, is speeding up like its vibration, right? And so the earth gonna do that anyway. And so if you can't keep up with it, right? Keep doing the fuck shit you're doing. Keep staying on low vibes, you know, keep low vibing. If you can't keep up with the universe, you will die. You will cease to exist. Now, furthermore, what he did not speak loudly, but that I picked up was this. Those other beings cannot survive in the higher frequency because they just can't. That's why it's necessary for them to keep us in low vibes, because we create vortexes, right? We create our own vortexes. We are creation. We create. We are creators, okay? So we create, and we create our own vortexes. We create our own energy, our own little, you know, earths, basically our own little universes, right? And in that creation, the vibrations are higher. If we continue because we have souls, those don't have souls. You heard him. He said they were egg born. Okay, they weren't born of womb. They were born out of eggs, like turtles. You know how turtles they you know, their mama go and put the eggs in the ground, and then they hatch. And then they, you know, go find they go find their mama or some shit. So he's talking about reptiles, like reptilian energies that are born out of eggs, okay? So they don't have no soul. You got a soul though. And your soul has frequencies and vibrations, and it can raise, and it's got abilities that are not just the things that you can touch, see, and feel. You know, there are higher sensitivities that you have available to you, right? That you just don't know, right? So it's necessary for them to keep you dumbfounded, right? So that you don't know who you are, your power. Because one other thing I was watching the other day, I was watching this video, and this girl was talking about how when they put muzzles on the mouths of some of the people that they kidnapped back in the times where they was trying to, you know, they was trying to imprison us and enslave us. They would put muzzles on some of the women's mouth because they had the ability to like screech out these sounds that would literally kill them. They also had the ability to speak out words that would literally kill them. Hence our voodoo and our hoodoo and all that shit that y'all talking about is demonic. But if you have the ability to use it, it would protect you from them. Let's just say your son is out there walking around. He's driving his new car. You know what I mean? He got you bought him a nice new Benz because you have it like that. And you bought your son a nice new Benz. And a police officer decides to pull your son over. And the police officer wants to get violent with your son. If your son had the ability to use his natural abilities, that motherfucking police that decided because he didn't like your son, wanted to get violent with your son, he would cease to exist with a sound. Do you see how important it is for you to not allow a whole group of individuals who have hatred and jealousy and enmity for you tell you what you should believe in and what you should not believe in, and what you should do and follow and what you should not do and follow, and what is evil and what is good? How can you, of all beings, tell me what is evil and not evil? Y'all picking it up? Like, y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. You cannot let your oppressors tell you what you should think and feel about your ancestral practices, because there's a reason why they demonized those things. because it was harmful to them. But everything that they've been doing has been harmful to us. The food they feed you, the vaccinations they tell you is good for you. Meanwhile, they're putting AIDS in there to kill you. They know that you're highly sensitive in many ways. So they put crack in your neighborhoods because they knew that you are more sensitive to them, so you can get addicted to things a lot faster and a lot quicker. That's why they put sugar in all the food that they make, including at the restaurants you go to eat at. That's why you're still addicted to McDonald's, even though you don't know why you buy McDonald's, because it don't taste that good. You don't know why you want it. They put sugar in the shit. In the bread, they put the sugar. In the damn salad, they put sugar. They put sugar in all that shit. Because you are highly sensitive. You can get addicted a lot faster to things than they do. So they put shit in there and they make you addicted to their food so you can keep coming back and buying it and fucking up your system. You want to know why back in the 70s we was all so healthy and all that shit like that, and now we're not? We're exactly the opposite. McDonald's, liquor stores, ain't no grocery stores in the hood. All sorts of reasons. The television, keeping you sitting down in front of some box that tells you what life should look like, even though you have the ability to go and create life for yourself. Got you focused on things that would never benefit you in your day-to-day. That's what's going on here, okay? So what he's talking about, and I'm going to play that last part again because I need to kind of reiterate the statement so I can kind of come back over my thoughts and things like that, so we can move on to like the next portion of this conversation, because I just need to roll this up real quick, honestly. Hey Liz, how's it going? Hey Gamer Sound. You are strong and we appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. So Andrew Holder says, hello. We was wondering if my ex and I will reunite and get back together. Okay, I will find out for you. I will get some cards. Let me just roll up my blunt though. Honestly, I just need to roll my blunt though. Okay. And it's gonna be hard because I don't really do blunts. I don't roll up blunts. I just want to know. So I just want you to know. So I'm gonna have to take my very sweet time. Okay, and that's why I'm slowly doing this. Okay, so just bear with me. Okay. Lynn says, "Hey, can I get a reading?" Sure, we can do some readings, but after the conversation that I'm having. And after I roll my blunt, okay? All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Will I get my job back if I ask tomorrow? Okay, hold on 1 second. So back to what he was saying. Oh, I silenced it.
Came here and tried to make it part of their galaxy and tried to create human. They're not operating on a vibration fast enough. Well, in spite and despite of you, the planet is now going to operate on a frequency that's fast enough. And if you don't catch up, you're going to die. You're going to die anyway. But you'll die faster if you can't keep in synchronous, in harmony, in vibrational rational with the planet. Your planet is speeding up its vibrational rate. It's creating a magnetic field. Magnetism is for the spiritual people. It's for people with souls. It's what our planet used to have before the moon was put here, before all the dragons came here and tried to make it part of their galaxy and tried to create humanoids. Succeeded in one, failed in the other, but they're still trying. I just told you a lot right there. I don't know how many of you heard me, but I tried. At this time,
God, it's not working.
There's a battle between the draconic forces called snake people, alligator people, reptile people, whatever you want to call them, that are egg-born, have no souls, and the soul womb-borns who are just beginning to find out how you fought the battle and nicked them before, but now they're nicking you. You know
Somebody
what they're
come roll my
nicking
blunt.
Because it's a time when you're going backwards
So
instead of
serious.
forwards. And as you try...
Hello? Yes, I can't roll the blunt. Yes. Maybe. If you want to. Okay, bye.
They put more stress on you. Reverse mortgages. Subprime loans.
Stress on you. So that's what I'm talking about. So when I'm talking about stress, See, I'm talking about more than just this. He's talking about the mortgages. He's talking about all sorts of things. But they was doing all kinds of stuff. Shoot, they was doing the drugs. Shoot, they was doing shit like killing our leaders and shit like that. How you think it feel when we go and we watch things on the internet or on the TV or on the news and we find out that another unarmed black man was killed? That shit traumatizes us, okay? Furthermore, there's more to this, right? There's more. There's so much more. You working, let's just say the single mother household. Because listen, if the woman is the closest to God, right? And if she's stressed out and unable to be God, then she cannot create. They got to throw everything out of whack, okay? So then now you're working 2 and 3 jobs, you know what I mean? Trying to make ends meet, trying to keep things going. That's why recently the other day I was like, because I've been over here Ubering and I'll Uber 12 hours. I'll work my whole clock and be fine, right? But I started thinking about it. I miss my kids. Like there's so many things. And this is the reason why I always had businesses that I would run so that I can still be with my kids on a daily basis, but I can still bring in money, generate money. So I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I like money easy, and I do. And I'm very okay with that. I like my shit coming easy to me. And that's what I'm going to make happen. I'm going to make the shit come easier to me because going out and working 12 hours, I don't have a problem doing that, but it needs to result in more than it's resulting in right now, right? So it's not adding up, right? So I need it to turn into more money than it's turning into, which I don't have a problem with it. It's good for some daily cash. It's good for doing a thing. And I'm not shitting on doing Uber because if I'm being honest with you, if you don't got shit to do and you got a car, get your ass out and do some Ubering. That shit is, you can stack up real quick. Trust me, right? But I need my money faster and quicker and, in larger sums. So that's just me, though, right? Okay. I'm not trying to shit on you. That's just what I need, right? So anyway, I'm not about to do this. Gino's coming to roll up my blunt because I can't do this. I'm not a blunt roller. I know this and I'm like, let me try it. It ain't working. So I'm just going to put this to the side and stop acting like I need to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to fucking roll a blunt. It's not my thing. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So here we are. Okay. Recognizing that that's just not my thing. So I'm just going to let whoever can do that and whoever it's for, I'm going to let them do that. Who's this? Oh. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Clarify me, goddammit. Thank you. Okay, so yes, so we're gonna put this blunt rolling thing to the side because it ain't gonna work out. Okay, it's not my thing. Okay, I am not skilled at that. I'm skilled at so many things, but rolling the blunts, no. I can get one of the little roller things and roll up with a roller. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm gonna go buy me a roller, but I don't have one right now at this moment. So until I get one, somebody else has to come do that because I can't do it. Okay. Know your limitations, guys. Okay. My limitations, I cannot roll up a blunt. And that's sad, okay? Because I want to smoke blunt right now. It's very sad. But I'm okay with that. I'll accept and receive that that's just not my thing. It's just like selling pussy, okay? Rolling blunts and selling pussy just ain't me, okay? And I'm so sorry if that bothers someone, okay? But it's just not my thing, okay? All right, so let's get into it. So listen, what he was just saying, and this is so important, guys, because this is what we were discovering and this is what I was talking all about. Your vibration is going to determine so many things. When you're vibing higher, you have more access to your abilities. You have a higher ability to create things in life, and you can do it faster. Now, I was talking in my previous video when I was sitting outside the restaurant that I came out because I had a drink and I couldn't drive for a second. I was talking about how some of y'all are highly sensitive and you think that it's just so you can get mad and, happy and sad. But no, your high sensitivity gives you access to so many things. You just may not know that, right? So let's talk about what I found. And I did some things. So let me just read this for you guys. So my question was, what metaphysical abilities could highly sensitive people have? It says, highly sensitive people, often described as deeply perceptive, empathic, and emotionally attuned, may naturally possess or more easily develop certain metaphysical or intuitive abilities. These abilities are not guaranteed, but sensitivity often acts as a gateway or amplifier for them. Here are common metaphysical abilities associated with highly sensitive individuals. Now, I'm going to say this, but I want to tell you before I get there, I want to say this to you. And I said this in the last video. Personally, listen, my diet is worth shit right now, okay? I haven't been doing too much alcohol, but my diet is worth shit. I'll tell you that now, right? Okay, especially lately because I don't have access to a kitchen to cook. So I want to cook so bad. I just want to cook a meal. Like that's something I like doing. I just want to cook a meal. So I can't do that right now, right? So my diet right now has been kind of shit, you know, but I've been getting it back together. So I've been like getting my apples and stuff like that. So I'm starting to order stuff from the store and eat like that. But I can, at any given time, walk in a room and tell you the energy of the room, tell you the energy of the people in that room. At any given time, I can tell you, I can walk into a room and tell you whether or not there was happy energy or there was angry energy. If people got into an argument 20 minutes ago, I can walk into a room and find out. Okay. And this is me with my diet is shit. This is me not at my fullest, right? Not at my 100%, right? So what I'm trying to say is, some of y'all got capabilities that y'all not aware of, right? Y'all just simply not aware of them. And furthermore, if you were at your optimal health and optimal levels, these abilities would heighten, right? So all the stuff that we're talking about with the frequency shit, like if you raise your vibrations, you know, you're going to be able to exist in this earth if you raise your vibration. There are some beings here, like those reptilians we was talking about, that cannot exist in a higher frequency because they don't have the ability to raise their vibrations like that. They don't have the ability to do it. And I know y'all like, well, how do you know this, Aqua? I just know, okay? So let me go into some of the things. If you are highly sensitive, if you're a highly sensitive person, it's not just so that you can just get mad and snap at people. It's not for that reason, okay? It's other things that you most likely can do that you're just not really aware of. And we're going to teach you how to use those things, how to determine what those things are, and how to conduct those things within your life, okay? Clear sentience, which is clear feeling. The definition is the ability to feel the emotions, physical pain, or energy of people, places, or spirits. I can do that, okay? Why highly sensitives align? Because they are already emotionally and energetically responsive. They may absorb or mirror others' feelings without realizing it's not their own. This is something that I've been learning for the last multiple years. So, and when I first learned that I was an empath, I realized I went back to when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I was like kind of getting into fights and stuff like that. And I realized my mom was feeling just a little bit overwhelmed at those times. And so she was sometimes just a little angry, right? I was picking up her energy and taking it out into the world. Feel me when I'm saying this. Now, my mom, hopefully she don't get mad by hearing this because it's just the fact, right? It's not nothing intended to like aim at anybody, but it's just what it is. Some of you may realize that that's the same thing for you. You might have realized that maybe somebody was like coming at you. Even recently, like Gino was like coming at me, right? Like he was just like lashing out, like coming at me. And it happened for like multiple long period of time. And so eventually, now I'm going to two-piece you. Now I'm going to fight you because now it's time to fight, okay? Now you got to square up, okay? Because at this point, now all of that energy that I was like taking, it has to come out, right? It has to come out. And so what ended up happening was I burst into flames and I burst into flames, and every time he was on some bullshit and he needs to square up. Now you got to square up, okay? Because you've been saying these things to me, you've been treating me like this, you've been doing that, and now it's time to square up, motherfucker, right? So that's what you can do, and that's why sometimes some of you guys, you might be feeling so overwhelmed, so many things going on in your life that you just explode, and you don't know why you do that. Here's why. It's because you're picking up all these energies from various different ways, and you maybe not know how to transmute them, to transmute that energy and put it out in a healthy way, which you can do. And I've done that before too. But this one thing specifically with Gino, where I was like getting upset and like at the end of it all, because listen, I was going through that with him for a long period of time. And then eventually I was like, fuck this. And I just started lashing out and just like, now you're going to get this shit back. So what ended up happening was, I was having a difficulty with transmuting that specifically because I just have to learn how to do that with people that I love and care about. I just have to learn how to take their negativity towards me and turn it and transmute it into something positive for me, right? Like I still haven't gotten there yet. Now the rest of the world, they can do and say all sorts of things and I'll take that energy and transmute it, no problems. I'm still working that out real quick, okay? Moving on, claircognizance cognizance means clear knowing. So the definition is the intuitive ability to just know something without logical evidence. I do that all the time. Just know it. Clear knowing. Got it. Why highly sensitives align? So their subconscious processes more stimuli, which can lead to intuitive downloads or gut feelings that later prove accurate. We do this. I literally just did this today, yesterday. Like, I do this on a regular basis on this channel. That's literally what I do here. Okay. So let's move forward. Clairvoyance, which clear seeing, the ability to see visions, symbols, colors, or spirits in the mind's eye, or even externally. Why highly sensitives align? Heightened inner visions and dream activity are common among those who are more perceptive. Again, I talk about my dream work all the time. I'm always in the dreamscapes. I'm always astral projecting and doing dream work, always. Matter of fact, a couple months ago, so one of my moderators on here, Shaylee, she went missing for like a long time. It was like a month. I was like, where the hell is Shaylee at? And so I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I mean, not that I'm entitled to her being here on my channel and moderating, not that I'm entitled to her energy or nothing like that, but it was just weird, you know? So I was like, okay, you know, like, I know I didn't do anything wrong. I know we didn't have an argument. I know nothing, like, I didn't say anything that maybe like offended her or nothing like that. So what's going on? So I was like kind of like thinking about her for a little bit, and then I was like kind of worried. And then one night I went to sleep with her like heavily on my mind, and I ended up dreaming about her. Like, I ended up dreaming of myself like communicating to her. And then eventually I spoke with her, and down the line we both discovered that I showed up in her dream, just like communicated with her, and then we got back in contact shortly after that. So stuff like that, you know? So then moving forward, energy healing abilities. So Reiki, pranic healing, and I think prana is like breath work. I want to say, but I don't want to. Let me look it up before I just keep speaking some shit. Let's look it up. Yeah, breath. There. Yep, I got it. So pranic healing, so breath healing, so that like breath work, touch therapy. So, you know, touching, which I think I haven't discovered touch therapy, but I think I might like it. Oh, yeah, no, like massages. Okay, look at me. Like massaging, okay? All right, why HSPs align? So they can often feel when energy is blocked in others, which makes them effective energy workers or intuitive body workers, okay? And so that would be like people moving energy into your, we talked about this yesterday. Another thing we talked about yesterday was sound healing, which I don't know if it's on this list, but let's go ahead and let's break it out. Come on, let's break out our tuning fork. Come on. All right, letting that go. Okay, mediumship or spirit communication. So the definition is the ability to sense or communicate with spirits or of the deceased or non-physical beings. A lot of y'all got these abilities and y'all scared of them. A lot of y'all got these abilities and they told you you got bipolarism or you got fucking schizophrenia or some shit like that. So why HSPs align? So their sensitivity to energy often opens the door to sensing presence or receiving messages, which can also mean your ability to like open doors between realms as well. Let's clear here. Okay. Environmental empathy or elemental communication. So feeling or intuitively understanding the energies of nature, plants, animals, or the land. Y'all been watching these videos on TikToks where the girls are like, touch me, tell the tree to touch it, and the tree touches it. Shit like that. There's this video on the internet where this guy goes outside, he just started moving the wind and shit like that. And the goddamn trees are swaying and doing all kind of shit. And then he stops it. And then he does it again. And he stops it. And he does it again. It's on demand. So it was like, okay. So why highly sensitive people? Many highly sensitive people feel a deep connection to animals, trees, or bodies of water, often describe them as healing, okay? I always go to the water for that reason. Just to sit there and heal. Like, seriously. Telepathy. We were talking about this in the last video where I was talking about telepathy. Now, I've always had ESP. With Gino specifically, if I'm thinking about Gino or whatever, like he'll call me, or I'll call him. You know, if he's thinking about me, if he needs something from me or whatever, like I will always have that with him. And I have the ability to telepathically communicate with others as well, not just him. But there's others as well where I have that same thing. Or even if you know how sometimes people be like, my ears is ringing, somebody must be talking about me. Or you know how sometimes you might be thinking about somebody and they call you. Or vice versa, you know? All of this stuff is kind of that telepathic / ESP type stuff. And these are the types of things that they wanted to make you think was crazy so they could take the time to study it. They basically been studying you. That's why they don't want you to know your own powers, because they don't want you to know your own powers. They want to study you so that they can take it and manipulate it. And we're going to talk more about that in a second. So their high level of attunement can blur the line between their own thoughts and those of others nearby. So precognition, future sensing. I wouldn't say that it's just nearby though, because sometimes you can communicate with people that are in other states, you know, far away from you. So precognition, future sensing. So definition, a sense of knowing what's coming, or often through dreams or feelings. I got that too. So almost everything on this list, I have the ability to do. Everything actually that I've read thus far, I have the ability to do. So that's interesting. So just imagine if me, not at my most optimal, has the ability to do all of these things. I can only imagine what you at your optimal can do, right? So precognition, so their heightened perception may pick up on energetic patterns or shifts between events. Okay, but yes, that's period. I can do that, absolutely. Number 10 is Akashic or soul record access. So definition is the ability to intuitively access past lives, soul contracts, or universal wisdom. Their openness and deep inner awareness can make them natural seekers and receivers of this kind of information. This one, I can kind of see that I have had some access with it, but I don't quite know how it operates in my life. I don't know how I use it or how to access it. Now, there's some of these abilities that I can at will. Like precognition, I've been doing that since I was a baby, since I was a kid. Environmental empathy, yeah, easy, no biggie. Clairaudience, claircognizance, yeah, clairaudience. All the clairs, I can do that easy, nothing. It's easy peasy. It's like nothing. I can do that with my eyes closed. I can do that sleeping. You know what I mean? So that's nothing. But this right here, this Akashic and soul record access, I don't know how I am able to do that. I can. There's been some things where I told you guys, like I had jumped into a past life before, and while being fully awake, I jumped into a past life and stuff like that. But how I did that, I don't know. I was triggered. I was triggered to do that, and so I don't have really a lot of explanation on that. But here we are. So the signs a highly sensitive person may have metaphysical ability: vivid dreams or recurring symbols, feeling drained after being around others, random knowings that prove true, seeing flashes, shadows, or lights others don't, feeling the people's illnesses, other people's illnesses or emotions as if they're their own, being told they are healer or too sensitive often. Yep. So there's that. So these are some of the things that if you're highly sensitive, you can be able to do, which is why I say things like you have to know how to control your emotions, especially as it relates to your anger, because what happens is when you get angry, it's almost like fear. So fear and anger to me are very similar. They're different, but they're similar because of how the body responds to fear and anger. I feel as though you constrict yourself. You know, it's like you squeeze yourself when you're in fear. You squeeze yourself closed. And also when you're in anger, you kind of do the same thing. So that's why I talk about knowing how to like monitor your energy, your temperament is so important. And that's why sometimes I might test you a little bit, because you need to know how to control that, because once you can control that, then you can control all these things I just mentioned here. So that's why I talk to you guys about making sure that you know how to keep your temperament in order. You know how to control your anger, your fears, once you know how to control your anger is one of the, and it's one of the gateways. But once you know how to control that, then you can definitely control your other energies, because most of those are a lot easier to control. So that's why I talk to you guys about this, controlling your energy, because once you can control those, then you can start accessing these abilities at will. No, easy peasy. Just like this. It's nothing. Oh, I need to clear field. Got it. I need to be claircognizant today. Got it. I need to be clairvoyance today. I need to be clairaudience today. I got it. That's why you have to know how to control your energy and your actions or your feelings. That's why. It's not because it's something wrong with you, although maybe you should learn how to do that, right? You should learn that. It's a good skill to have, right? Right? But it's because it will help you. It will help you be better at all of these other things here. Okay? All right. So we talked about that. Now, I need you guys to also know, listen, the higher your vibrations are, the more of your natural innate abilities you will be able to access, use, control, and then you will be able to shift all sorts of other things. It doesn't stop here. That's not where the gamut stops. That's not where the ball ends. That's not where the ball drops. There's so much more that comes after that, but we're going to take this step by step and we're going to do this day by day. We're going to do this one step at a time. We're not going to rush, okay? Because I don't want you to get ahead of yourself. I need you to take your time and do it right, okay? So that when you do it right, at the end of the day, when you come out on the other side, you come out with a good mind, with a good heart, with a good spirit. And you're not coming out being a tyrant, because we don't need no tyrants. We got enough tyrants, okay? The reptilians, we got enough of them. Okay, so we need you to control your ego. We need you to be able to recognize when your ego is getting in the way, okay? When you're being egotistical. We need you to recognize when your pridefulness is getting in the way, okay? We need you to be able to recognize that for yourself. You can't, because listen, sometimes you're not going to be able to trust in others. Maybe others are not around you. Maybe you just need to know, maybe I'm being a little bit too egotistical about this. Maybe I need to think about this differently, okay? Those are just necessary skills to have for yourself, for your survival. Okay? All right. So I think we discussed that enough. That's good for the moment, at least. There's so much more I want to discuss in this realm, but I think let's take it day by day. Let's take it step by step. Let's take it a little bit at a time. Okay? All right. Let's get another tuning going on here. Okay, alrighty. So let's see here. Comments. I feel like this is for you, Liz. I feel like stability is going to be a part of you anyway. I feel like you're going to have stability regardless. They will think about it. I think they definitely will think about it. You may end up, you know, they're going to think about it. You may end up getting your wish. I just don't know if that's going to be the direction that you'll actually want to go in. But they will at least think about it. At the very least, they're going to think about it. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. Who else had a question? Gamer Cell? Or was it Andrew? It was Andrew Holder that wanted to know if my ex and I will reunite and get back together. I don't know. How are you feeling about it? It's Saturday. I know I need to take my ass to work for real, but I think I'm about to chill. Smoke me a little blunt. Smoke me a little weed. Chill. Hang out. Yeah, look at this. I didn't get too far with this blunt. It's a tragedy. It's a tragic situation. It really is. I'm gonna just go and get one of those rollers because honestly, I feel like I'm too cute. I'm just too cute for this. I know that's not real, but you know, I was just still going to, you know, I'm going to run with that still. Like rolling the blunt ain't got nothing to do with you being cute. Of course it doesn't, but I'm going to make it that way. I'm going to make it so, and it is what it is. And we're just going to deal. We're going to deal. Is the energy that's been felt? Hold on. Here, Liz, I answered your question already. I feel like they're gonna think about it. They are gonna give it a strong thought. Like no matter what happens or how it happens, trust me, they thought about it. Okay, trust me, they thought about it. Okay, for sure. But I think that, and it's possible that you may actually get the job back. I just don't know if you're going to want to, though, because I think there's another opportunity that's going to come up for you. Or maybe this job is going to have like another opportunity for you or something like that. It's something about another opportunity coming up for you, though. So just know that. There is potential. Yes, you know, there is potential that you may find that being working out like that. But also, yeah, I'm going to just leave it there. It's nasty. Oh. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Stop saying that. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get better at rolling blunts. I am. I promise. I promise I'm going to get better at being a blunt roller. Oh my God, this does not work. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Gino just wants to come smoke my weed. That's what he's talking about. You wanna smoke, partner? You just want to smoke my weed, bro. That's what you trying to do. Talking about I'll bring a drink. Do they think I'm a good worker? Let's find out. See, that's two questions. So y'all be doing the most. All right, Spirit. Do they think? I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, I think it's more like they're thinking like it's just not working. There's some confusion about it. Yeah, there's some confusion about it. I don't know that they think you're a good worker. I think that they're confused about that. I don't know that they feel that it's the right position or something like that for you. Something like that. Oh, okay, so let's see here. So let's move forward. Traveling soon. So who's traveling soon? Gamer, you are? Will I be traveling soon is the vibes. Okay, so Gamer wants to know will I be traveling soon. Oh, Gamer Sal says it's the nails. No, seriously. It really is the nails. But, you know, that's what I'm willing to sacrifice not being able to roll blunts to have my nails look cute. They're cute to me. I know everybody doesn't like long nails, but this is my thing. This is my thing for me. I like my nails long. Thank you. Okay. Who is it? Hold on a second. You just want to smoke some weed, don't you?
I got weed.
Oh, you got weed? You got a box of shit? What the hell? You came prepared, didn't you?
Hey.
What's in that box?
You gotta know your role. Who is it?
Yeah, just checking.
You got cups?
No, I don't have cups. Those are cups. You use that one. What else? Oh, I have these. Well, I only have one because all my other ones broke. No, I think I might have one more. It's up
What
front.
about those clear things?
Oh, if you want to use that, that's fine.
That you want to drink? I'm trying to get ice, but...
Yeah, I ain't got no ice, but I do have fruits. Last time I got drunk, I used these as my ice. Right here.
Dump that.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need no big drink because I need to go out to work later, so.
Yeah, so do I. So that's not the big
Yeah.
picture. Because I'm on my way to work.
You was on your way to work?
Yeah.
And why are you here?
Just trying to be that hero.
Oh, yeah, I know. You need brownie points. That's what this is.
I need all the brownie points.
What did you say? You need all the brownie points?
Man. So I've been using like pineapple and mango, and it's been good. It's a much cleaner buzz than the vodka. Like I don't wake up with no kind of.
What's the alcohol? What is that?
Tequila.
Oh, okay.
So you want pineapple or Pepsi?
I don't know. I would need to taste them both. I don't know what's what. I don't know what it tastes like.
This will get you there real quick too. So.
That'll get me there quick. So should I just take shots and then leave it there?
No, I don't really put much in it. We'll do mine first.
All right. Well, there's my blunt that I couldn't roll. I picked up these. I don't even know if these are the right ones. I asked the guy for the flat wraps, and he was like, "We don't have flat wraps." I'm like, "Man, just give me some swishers."
Gotcha. I need more of this.
Yeah, let me adjust. So this is the bag for the trash with the smoke stuff. Oh, here. Okay, guys. So sorry about that. So listen, Gamer Cell says it fits you for sure. My nails fits me. You like my nails, don't you? It's because on me it fits because it's my thing, right? I like it. Definitely need some ice, okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to stop some kind of ice machine though.
That's why the fruits will come in right there. The fruits. Yeah, that's gonna be better because this I'm gonna pass out with this. Okay, y'all. Bear with me a second. I'm trying to. Gino came to hang out with me. I've been alone up here, which is fine. The kids come out and hang with me sometimes, but other than that, I've been by myself. Okay, so